So you guys know that this pond back here has been my goldfish pond. But a few have died, and I can actually see some down there. But I've really just decided that this isn't a proper goldfish pond. I need more of a mini pond to do that. So I'm still gonna keep the goldfish in here. But I was thinking, what other thing can I put in here that won't be scared, won't be tiny? And I was thinking, I'll just make this my turtle pond, because later in the summer, I'll be setting up the pool pond for big bass and any other big fish that I want. And then I'll be setting up a mini pond later. So that's my idea. So unless PetSmart happens to get like a stock of turtles in, I'm pretty much gonna be going to my pond, probably catching 2 turtles, letting them roam around my yard. Pretty much everything is blocked off. So if they stay, that's dope. If not, that sucks. But it's really warm outside. So I was thinking, what other way can I keep turtles? So I'm gonna get some baby turtles. And today we're gonna be building an outdoor setup to where I can always keep my baby turtles outdoors. So eventually I'll be getting some baby turtles, probably from the pond, if I can try to catch some. But today I'm just gonna be building the setup. So stay tuned and let's head to Home Depot.
A few inches later.
So guys, we're on the search for plastic bins. We're in a decent area, but there's one specific plastic bin that's great for like baby turtles. And yes, it's mandatory to wear these now. We're gonna find it. I think it's like a paint tray, pretty cheap, great for keeping baby turtles. So let's go find it. So guys, we're over here where pretty much all the plastic bins are. I can't find the exact one I want. The one I want is like kind of like this, but black, maybe a little more shallow. It's like a paint bin. I'll put a picture right here. But this might work. It's clear. Something like this, like this. For baby turtles, keeping them outside, they'll love something like this. This is a decent size. Just something that's shallow enough to where they can bask and get sun, and enough to where something like this might just work. Or like this. Yeah, this is pretty much the exact size that I want. It's gray. It's pretty much the same one that I want, except the exact one that I want is black, but this one, it's a hefty brand, so it should be good. Now let's just try and see if we can find like a little basking rock. So guys, if you don't know, most of every Lowe's and Home Depot has their own pond section. This is our pond section. They have all sorts of stuff. You can get things like cattails, lily pads. A lot of this stuff isn't proper. This is kind of like something I want for the mini pond. Something like this. They got waterfalls, smaller kind of ponds, waterfalls, filter pads, everything pretty much you need. So we got our bin. So before y'all be commenting, guys, you can't keep turtles like that. You can't keep turtles in that small of an enclosure. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're gonna kill them. Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch does this with a lot of his baby turtles. So as long as they're like small enough, this is perfect, especially now, to house them out here, especially like native turtles out here outside, which is really the better way to care for them, especially now that for me, it's pretty much summer. It's getting pretty hot. So I'm just gonna be setting up this video, and then eventually we'll be getting some baby turtles. So let's go check out the setup. So I might just start the setup kinda lining it up right here by my plants. I'm gonna eventually move it to where you get the most sun in the most time of day. So before we get everything else, we need to actually get a basking stone. This is gonna be a bare bottom aquarium, and the thing why I want to do this is because you don't need any filters. It doesn't run electricity, you don't need filters, but you will have to do, if you know they're pooping and everything they're eating, you're gonna have to do water changes every other day at least, maybe every 2 days, but that is the downside to it. But I just ordered some duckweed from eBay, boom, 1 cup of it, so I should have enough for, you know, like 5 more bins. So that's gonna be the live plants that I have in there, and then let's get the basking stones right now. So I don't want something too big but not too small, and one of these stones, whichever one's taller, almost looks like this one. Let's go with this one. Let's wash it off first though. So this is our first little rock. Now let's get like a little hide for them. So this one I use for my baby turtles. It might be a little small for them, but I think that it should work. And we can pick up some other random stones along the way. So we have our basking rock. Of course, a couple other stones here and there, and then the little hide right back here. And then this will be filled up with water with some live duckweed plants. So normally I would probably be actually scooping some of my pond water out to fill this up, but for now I'll use that. Now, having water that is already cycled is not as important for turtles because you're going to be doing water changes every other day, and they don't require, well, they do require some water because they have to drink, but they're not as dependent on water as much as a fish would be. That's why I would probably use my pond water because it's a pretty small bin, but you can just like put some Fritz dechlorinator in there and like some bioactive stuff, and it should be good because you're going to be doing water changes every other day. That we don't need this much water because they're small turtles and we just need enough for them to bask. So this is about 4 inches of water, so I just need enough to where the turtles can get up on this main rock out of the water to bask. They can hide in here. You can create all sorts of other little things like this. This will also have live plants in it once I get them, but you want it a little bit exposed so they can crawl up and get to that sun, which is important for their shell growth and basically all their health. Because eventually once these turtles get like bigger, and well, even though they're small, in the winter, if you did not know why they need UV, all of this, because when they eat, say I were to do this in the winter where it's like 40 or 50 degrees, and if I were to feed my turtle, they actually need heat and UV. I don't know about UV, but I'm pretty sure they need heat to actually digest their food. They need to bask to digest their food. If it's cold, 40, 50 degrees outside, and you have your turtles, like if you're still feeding your turtles when it's freezing, like decently cold, then it's actually just going to sort of rot inside of them and then they'll get sick. So without heat and all this, they can't digest their food. So this is why I'm doing it when my water temperature outside in midday is about 65 degrees and nights right now is about 50. And if it were to be really cold at night, happen to not be warm, then I would bring them inside for the night. But this is the setup so far because we got our stone, we got a little hide. There will be live plants that I just ordered, and you got some other rocks. You'll keep it bare bottom because then you can scoop out all the poop and stuff if you want leftover food. And I actually have a bunch of leftover food. If you remember this video, my two most viewed videos, I think, or at least my top 2 or 3 most viewed videos are turtle videos, believe it or not. And I think one's at like 16,000 views. The other one's probably at like 4,000 right now. So thank you all so much for that. But those are the kind of size, those ones were like newborns. Their shells still soft, but I had to release them back because we thought we were gonna move, but then we end up not moving. But I still got a bunch of equipment from when I had those turtles. So I got enough to care for them right now. So y'all can settle down in the comments about all this. Blake's Exotic Animal Ranch like vouches for this method because he uses it for his turtles outside. And he can do it all year because he lives in Florida, but I can only pretty much do it in spring, summertime. My winters, even though I'm in California, still get pretty cold. And yes, 30-gallon salt water will... So guys, that is going to wrap it up. The first of the day is coming up right now. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and let's get to the positive comment shout out. So guys, the positive comment shout out goes to Fishing with Bruno. That was a giant, and this is from my last fishing video, if you didn't know, if you want to go check it out. Looks like you fought a bit for it too. It was definitely an easy 6+ pounds. Awesome job as always. Thank you, Bruno. If you guys would like to be featured in a future video, all you guys have to do is drop down a positive comment below. So my name is Fishvisions, otherwise known David Bronner. Find your vision and follow it. Be a visionary today and subscribe. And I hope you all have an amazing day. See ya the day after tomorrow, which is when I post.